Hi, I'm Night&Day, and I'm back, and I'm pretty much gonna keep reiterating the same thing. I think sometimes that's what it takes. It's just that night and day show up, and for me, as I always said, my connection is just to seniors. It's why I moved out here. I was not having direction, not knowing where I wanted to go, and not happy doing it. So at some point, I think you just have to make a change. My opportunity and my change was just the way I saw it, just being around seniors, as someone who was kind of, as I've mentioned, an emotional kind of place, and not understanding. I just thought, like, what community better to be around than seniors? A community that I think has knowledge, they have perspective, but I think we just assume, just because someone is a senior, that they have it all figured out, or they have all the answers, or they want to deal with some of the things that they're going to have to deal with. So how can we kind of make that easier, kind of help move that along? So that's what I've seen, as someone who is just on the other end of this product, and just trying to do something kind and connect with people and kind of listen, not have a voice, and just kind of listen to your voice and see where that took me, and just try to have like a kind heart, and try to give people like an act of kindness, because that's what I needed. I think that was the only thing that was going to separate, being kind from not, is just really, being empathetic and showing up and kind of doing that every day, and putting everything else to the side, especially when I just didn't have any answers and I was looking to other people for answers, and that gets tricky. So I just want to be a resource. Like I said, I've been on the other end of this product. And if you do have a choice, or you want a choice, or you want to just kind of hear what I'm saying and just, have belief in that, being comfortable, feeling, comfortable, and feeling like you have something reliable when things aren't always reliable, and, days can be hard. So any kind of bright spots and any kind of positivity, I think is a good thing. As someone who kind of works side by side with you, that's definitely what I took from it, from doing it so long. I just meeting all these good people, and just how many of them really were willing to sacrifice, what I say is their kind of light to kind of shine on other people. And for some, the payoff's not always there, like it should be. And it's kind of like a one-way street. So I just think in general, we kind of have to see things for what they are, see the good and bad in things. I know having to wear this product and having to resign to that fact that this is something you might need is hard, but it's much harder if you don't have a comfortable product. If you have something at least that is comfortable, it's meant to fit, it's a start. That's a starting point right there. The difference between being uncomfortable and having like a rash or skin problems to at least just being comfortable, even if it's not something you think about, just knowing that you have an option. And you want to feel like, I get you don't want to wear the product, but if you do have to wear it, you do want something, something that's kind of going to be hopefully tailored to you, or at least like choices. Again, it's not the perfect situation, but I didn't create it. I've just been on the other side of it. As I always say, I don't have a kind of dog in this fight. Obviously, I would like you to support a local, manufacturer, and help us kind of just through Night&Day, kind of give people like a meeting point of if they do need products, or if they, need some advice, just as your start to go through some of these process. Because it can be a lot for everybody. So, I'm just trying to make it like 1% better, maybe in this one side of things. And really just shine a light on seniors in like a positive way. I think that's kind of what I wanted to do from the beginning. If there was a way to kind of do something positive or a way to connect or like give back. Yeah, that was kind of, it would be like the end game. That would be really cool. You know, when you start up like a band and not knowing where you are, you know, to kind of think what you might have to go through, what you might have to deal with. There's just no way of knowing, you know, you have to go through it. You kind of have to have like a foundation of kind of who you are, what do you want to be. You know, I think you have to find positive things that kind of drive you, I think, at any age. And my advice to you would always be to keep moving, listen to music, read a book, be nice to other people, help someone else out if you can. I think all those things will definitely just brighten your day, not for like any weird reason, but again, as someone who like had to go out there and listen to other people, and sometimes I would say like 90% of the time people don't know what they're talking about, but they're talking down to you, which is kind of weird. You know, but you know, how do you kind of like look past that and try to understand that like everyone's going through a tough time? It's not really about you. How do you put your feelings aside? Learn to kind of, you know, see things with perspective, learn to calm down, learn to just see the world in a different way, because sometimes that's really what it takes. You know, even though everything's telling you something, it's like what's your role in it? You know, what role are you playing in either making something like better or worse? And so like I've always thought this was like a good measure, you know, this product, just how like, yeah, for me, it just told me what other people thought of people, and it definitely gave me a look behind the curtain, for someone who did study, like I said, sociology and criminology and just kind of know behavior. But again, that doesn't like take away from all like the positive. I think the positive always outweighs the negative. And if you're going to be positive, I think that only like helps tip the scales. So, you know, I don't know what situation anyone's going through, but, you know, there are definitely positive things you can do throughout the day, you know, to take care of your mental health. There's people making all types of videos. It's really just, they got to be small steps. Like it doesn't have, you just have to keep moving, take care of yourself. There's no reason to not want to, you know. Like that's kind of like going back to your inner child. You kind of have to take care of yourself and know how to take care of yourself, and just in like small, simple ways. And if that's like getting up and moving, if that's like making sure your skin is kind of moisturized, or, you know, drinking lots of water, any of the like basic, simple, like your basic feels and your basic needs are being met, it's helpful. It's really helpful. Doing positive things, being around positive people is definitely helpful. So yeah, I you know, this product hasn't. It just gave me a voice. You know, I kind of sold my voice to move out here and try this and kind of just see where this would go and how this would go. And, you know, I think what you think but it's going to happen happens in a lot of ways. You know, you think it's going to happen, so it happens. And then how do you not give up? How do you just push through these things? And just know like each day is a gift, night and day. And if you can wake up in a positive way and kind of, you know, I think more than not, things start to kind of, you know, balance themselves out.